Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Love You Show. My name is Ashley, and my co host, Andrew, where we teach you the fundamentals about self acceptance, self love, and self care. And today's topic, Andrew, is.
We always revisit self-acceptance, and you got them in the right order today.
Yay!
2 years later.
Okay.
Okay. So I was going to talk to you about what we talked about on our way up to LA.
Yeah.
And that, for those of you that don't know, during tax season, I do taxes. And I told Ashley on my last day of tax season, I got a text. Now, I didn't know who the text was from. I have so many clients that they just text, I don't put their name on there. And it said, our faggot tax preparer said you have to withdraw more federal tax from your check. And then underneath that comment, it said, oops, sorry, I meant to send that to my wife. And I thought, this is what I thought. I didn't feel hurt that somebody called me a faggot. And I said to Ashley, part of self-acceptance is being okay with people calling you fat or a faggot. It's been a while. But it really was illuminating that they actually thought that.
Yes.
And that they communicate that way to each other.
That's a language that is normal for
right,
them.
For them. Mm-hmm. And then it makes you wonder how many other people
they talk about.
They like talk that. About going to the faggot tax preparer.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with being the faggot tax preparer. But I realized, Ashley, and I didn't tell you this because I've been thinking about this, was that on some level, it's bothersome.
Mm-hmm.
And the level of bother is small. But here's what bothers me. And then I had to think this through. Because what I realized that if something bothers you, then that means you have an expectation of the way that that person should be, right?
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about that, but we didn't fully go into it. Which was they have the choice to either continue to use your services, but what upsets you is that if they're calling you a faggot, then they see you as that, and then they continue to use your services when you have a choice to go and use someone else. And it's just that. But there was more to it that we didn't even get to talk into it, where I feel like you're going into it now.
It's this thing about we have, we keep talking about expectations on how people should be, and that people have the freedom to be whoever they want. And people have the freedom to call you fat, and people have the freedom to call me a faggot. However, we have the freedom then to continue doing business with them or not.
Yes.
Right? So there's this level of, okay, I'm going to call it disappointment.
Okay, yeah. Because it's not an expectation.
Yeah.
It's more of like, wow, you treated me one way when you're in front of me, but behind my back, realistically, this is how you view me.
And what's fortunate in this situation is I actually don't know who it is. I think I would be...
I'm sorry to laugh at that. It's just that you don't know any of your tax clients. So it's
by their phone number.
By their phone number, yeah. And I know you, as a person, you delete all the conversations. So even to try to go back to it, there's really no way we can. So it's a big mystery.
Yeah.
But...
So the disappointment is mine to own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when we think about our relationships, Ashley, and there's people out there calling you fat, and there's people out there calling me a faggot, and that's their freedom. And then the opposite of that is if we are going to evolve, you as the fat girl and me as the fag tax preparer, then we got to be comfortable with people calling us that.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with being disappointed in people.
Yeah. Of course. Because then you choose not to affiliate yourself with those people.
So tell me some situations in your life where you have shifted off of the extreme emotion around the fat word. And have you ever had instances in your life, Ashley, where you don't have relationship with people anymore because you found out that that's their perception of you? Do you realize that when that implied in the faggot, here's the other part, is that I'm less of a person?
In whose eyes?
Their eyes.
Yeah, in their
I'm
eyes.
the faggot tax preparer,
Yes,
so that makes me
less
less of
than.
a person. Yeah. So when somebody says that fat girl, the intention behind putting that word fat behind the noun, the adjective fat to describe the noun girl, or the adjective fat to describe the noun Ashley, is to make you less of a person, because they didn't have to add that word.
Yeah, they didn't.
So talk a little bit about your evolution around this, because I think that this theme is a theme that really resonates with the audience.
Of course, and I think everybody is going through something similar of this. It doesn't have to be in text messages. It can be on social media. It can be in your friends group. I mean, I feel like this is something that a lot of people are affected by people's opinions and their comments, and then they allow those things to absorb their energy and just take so much of their mind space. And I just remembered how much power I allowed people who would call me fat to have. And now it's almost like I wish that I had those situations again so that I could have this different approach to it and practice it. But I don't even get that. Even when I'm on social media, people say things to me that they think they're going to get a response out of me, but they're really not. It just makes me think like I feel sorry for you almost. Like I feel bad that you think that way, and you think by saying these certain things it's going to bring people down.
There's a significant difference, though. The significant difference, Ashley, for me, is that when all those people on social media, you don't know them. So the power of them in relationship to that word is less than knowing in my head that I know who this person is.
Yeah, very true.
You know, so when people, most of the comments that we get in our lives on social media are from people with no meaning to us.
No meaning.
Right. But when somebody has meaning, it gives it more power because we've set it up that way. So there is the disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in a relationship, and my partner's mother had made a comment about how fat I was getting, and how they wanted it to be known that it was something that was being talked about. And to me, I had to really not let it go, because I was hearing it from multiple people, and it was almost becoming this thing that was becoming the primary thought in my mind. Like, because one person said it, now a second person has said it, so is it true? And it's just really trying to rethink things in your head, that nothing is wrong with you, and that these are just the ways that some people might view you, and it's none of your business.
Yeah, or their business.
Yeah.
You know, the other, the whole Billie Eilish cover where she's no longer dressing
as she once was, and she was
yeah.
more dressing feminine and more sexier.
Yeah.
I don't know what really happened, but I just saw a lot of people praising her for the way she was dressed. And for me, when I saw that, I was like, good for her. Good for her for finally
accepting her curves.
Yeah, and wanting to do this, because for forever, for how long I've known her being a celebrity, I've always felt like she's been in this shell of herself, and I feel like she's finally blossomed out, or she's trying something new, but I'm happy for her.
Yeah, and I think that what shocked her was how many people had an opinion or cared that she is embracing her curves. Mm-hmm. Progress, though, right? So that's pretty much it from my end today. I'm really happy that tax season is over.
And Andrew's mind is clear now.
And my mind is clear now. It ended with the whole faggot comment, but that's life, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And am I a faggot? Yes.
And am I fat? Yes.
So on that wonderful note, we'll end.
Yes, and also, if you're in San Diego, local, we are doing a private screening of the Disney movie Cruella de Vil, and I am hosting this private screening here in San Diego at Fashion Valley. And if you're interested in going to this premiere next week, please hit us up in our DMs or email us and we will send you a link to RSVP. We're only picking about 20 people to come and join us on the special night next week.
And it's free.
It's free
Yeah.
and first come, first serve when you sign up to RSVP. So make sure to DM us and we will give you all the information.
One more thing.
Yes.
They're coming back. Sewing classes.
I was like, what's coming back? Yes. So we've decided that
After June 15th, when everything is opened.
everything is open, we will be opening back my schedule for in-person sewing classes. So if you're interested and you want to book a time after June 15th, we will be opening that up this week so that you can sign up and take a class.
And online private sewing.
Yeah, we'll
also.
do online private sewing, and then we'll do in-person private or in-person group classes. So let us know if you're interested, and thank you again for watching this week's episode of the Love You Show. We'll be back next Friday with another episode. Bye.
Bye. Just like that? Do I have to keep looking at that guy with his finger on that machine while we do this?
Oh, okay.
Is that
Hold on, sorry.
shit?
Shit. Okay, I don't know. One that he would actually wear.